ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Naniniwala po ako in the judgment of God. Katulad na paniniwala ko in the judgment of human law. Naniniwala din po ako in the judgment of divine law. Ito po ang sinasabi sa Romans 1:18. For the wrath of God, ang galit ng Diyos, is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. O, nakikita niyo ang sinasabi ng Biblia, merong mga taong hinahawakan ng katotohanan na ginagamit sa kalokohan. Oho, yun ang ating sinasabi ngayon. Alright, ngayon po ay gusto kong ipagpatuloy ang aking manifestation bilang endorser ng pang-apat na verified complaint na si Atty. Caprera mismo ang nagsabi. Tungkulin ko na tiyakin na ang bawat detalye at ebidensya ay mailatag ng maayos sa harap ng komiting ito. Ang pakiusap ko lang po sa ating mga abogado, kasi hindi po ako abogado eh. Ang pakiusap ko lamang sa ating mga abogado, do not put loopholes in the law. Yun ang pakiusap ko. Huwag nating bigyan ng loopholes yung batas. At huwag nating gamitin ng batas para makalusot tayo sa batas. Because I believe that the lawyers here believe in the Constitution. And they will always follow the rules of law. Yan ang aking paniniwala. Ngayon, mga kaibigan, I might not be a lawyer, Madam Chair, but I have logic. I have common sense. And my logic and my common sense tell me if there's something wrong or if there's something right. Now, gusto ko pong tiyakin sa inyo na ang bawat detalye at ebidensya ay mailatag ng maayos sa harap ng kumiting ito. Wala po akong galit sa ating Vice President. Wala po akong personal na galit sa kanya. In fact, just to let you know and to let our people know that when she ran for Vice President, I supported her. Hindi lamang ako nang support sa kanya, lahat ng aming mga churches supported the Vice President. Bakit? Naniniwala po kami sa kanyang ginagawa. So, balit dumating ang pagkakataong ito na dapat natin pag-usapan ito. And ito lang po ang gusto kong sabihin sa lahat. We are here committed to the issues at hand, not to any kind of personal conflict. Under Section 17 of the Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings, the rule of court apply as supplementary to these proceedings. Jurisprudence and parliamentary practice dictate that we must examine at tinatawag po nating recital of facts to determine the pieces of evidence in support of this complaint under Section 5 of our impeachment rules. O ito, ano po yung mga yan, mga kaibigan? The core allegations, beyond confidential na tinatawag natin. Gusto ko pong tukuyin ang sinabi ni Ramil Madriaga. Madriaga's testimony provides a chilling look into the movement of public funds that circumvented every known audit safeguard. Number one, direct instructions from the Vice President. Madriaga identifies himself as a close ally and leader, stating he was formally introduced to then Mayor Sara Duterte in 2018 and tasked with intelligence gathering. Hindi ko po yan inimbento. Nagalagay po yan sa affidavit ni Ramil Madriaga na aking hawak ngayon. Kung ipapakita ko itong affidavit na ito, ito po nakalagay lahat. Lahat ng babanggitin ko dito tungkol kay Ramil Madriaga nakalagay sa kanyang affidavit. Natanggap ko rin yung supplemental affidavit niya na ina-attest ang kanyang unang affidavit na ito. Mas makapal kaysa sa unang affidavit. Hindi ko po tutuldukan itong supplemental affidavit na subalit sa pakakapahintulutan ng ating Madam Chair, maaaring ako din naman ay magtanong ng clarificatory questions tungkol sa supplemental affidavit na ito. Ayan. Ano po yung direct instructions na nanggaling sa Vice President? Sinabi ni Madriaga, ini-identify niya ang kanyang sarili as a close ally and leader, is stating, ito po he was formally introduced to then Mayor Sara Duterte in 2018 and tasked with what? Intelligence gathering. He claims, yun ang sinabi niya, he formed the Inday Sara Duterte is my president. In short, ISIP. Yung pong ISIP group na ito at her direct instruction. Number 2, the duffel bags of cash. Yung po'y binanggit din naman ni Madriaga. Most importantly, Madriaga narrates that on December 2022, the same day the OVP encashed 125 million in confidential funds, he witnessed the transfer. Nakita niya ang pagkaka-transfer ng 4 na duffel bags, each containing between 33 million pesos to 35 million pesos. Yun po ang sinasabi ng kanyang affidavit. Number 3, the SM Mega Mall and Ombudsman deliveries. He details driving a white Vios. Pati yung name ng kotse, binanggit niya. Pati yung kulay, binanggit niya. Filled with 80 million pesos in cash to the SM Mega Mall parking lot, leaving the keys on the tire for retrieval. He further alleges, ito po, a similar drop-off at the Ombudsman parking compound. Number 4, the Pogo connection. Kung maalala po ninyo, sa Quadcom hearing po namin, tinudukan namin ang Pogo connection na yan. At dahilan po dyan, ngayon, bawal na lahat ng mga Pogo sa ating bansa. Madriaga alleges that the national campaign of ISIP Pilipinas was funded by Pogo operators and drug dealers. Yan ang sinabi niya. And that he personally picked up bags of cash at locations like the Grand Hyatt BGC and the Seda Hotel. Now, when it comes to justification for clarificatory question, for example, Madam Chair, Section 7 of our impeachment rules grants this committee the power to, and I quote, issue compulsory processes for the attendance of witnesses and the production of documents. End of quote. Now, if these allegations are true, nilalagyan po ng if sapagkat hindi naman tayo nagko-convict dito if these allegations are true, we are looking at the literal conversion of the public treasury into duffel bags for private distribution. This is why clarificatory questions are not just a procedural right. They are a constitutional necessity. That we need to ask, bakit kailangang dumaan ang pera sa duffel bag? At car tarkis kung legal ito. How can the office of the Vice President justify spending 125 million pesos in just 11 days in safe houses for payers that PSA says do not even exist? If there is nothing to hide, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, if there is nothing to hide, therefore, there is nothing to fear. From what others term to be fishing expedition. Hindi ba yun ang sabi ng iba Fishing expedition. Why? Because the waters will come up empty. How can you, have fishing expedition when there's no water itself to justify it. No. But if the water is murky, the people deserve to know what is swimming underneath. And that is the duty of this Committee on Justice hearing.